What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video here on the channel, and today we're going to be talking about Call of Duty Modern Warfare again, because apparently a major revamp of the game will be coming within the next couple weeks. Now, this isn't confirmed information, but this is coming from the Gaming Revolution, who, well, if you guys know anything about the Gaming Revolution, has leaked a lot of very credible information about the game, and at this point, pretty much everything that he says about the game within the next couple days, Infinity Ward or Activision, they make an announcement regarding it, so a lot of what he says is extremely credible. Now, apparently this major revamp of the game is going to completely change the way Modern Warfare works fundamentally. At least that's the way this sounds. This is apparently going to be something that people who are frustrated with the direction of the game right now should be pretty excited about, so I'm pretty excited to hear this, honestly, because, I mean, I enjoy this game, I'm going to be honest. I think that this is a good game. I enjoy playing it, but God, it gets frustrating as hell playing this game so often. I mean, the meta right now just, it makes you want to break your controller sometimes, man. Let's be honest. It's like, God, what were they thinking sometimes? It just, I don't understand the thought process, honestly, with some of these decisions, and they cater so much to new players, and they've said this in interviews. They cater so much to the newer players and wanting to help them out so much that it ruins the experience for people who actually want to grind the game. So for people like me, a game like this has just been so damn frustrating to play, and it has honestly negatively impacted my view on the game. Like, honestly speaking, if this game did not have the meta that it had right now, and if there were a lot of the changes that I anticipate coming in this update already in the game, I would probably think that this is the best Call of Duty since Black Ops 2. But so far, there isn't much detail on what's coming, but one could imagine that Infinity Ward would use this shot here to address community criticism of the game, which honestly, yeah, there's plenty of it. Now, one thing specified with this is that the regular minimap was supposed to be coming back to the game. Now, this has been a point of contention with the community since the change came in the first place. Now, personally, I've gotten used to not being able to use the minimap like I would in a previous Call of Duty game, but I would definitely prefer it going back to normal. I think it'll speed up the gameplay, and I think it'll make camping less of a working strategy a lot of the times. I mean, if people who sit around in corners with shotguns are constantly showing up on minimaps, unless, you know, they run like Ghost or anything like that, which has been in pretty much every Call of Duty that I can remember, you know, they're still going to get worked a lot easier because, well, it's easier to know where they're at sooner, and also it speeds up gameplay because people actually want to move around. Like, they know where people are, they're not scared to leave corners, and with these changes, you can already see the tactical kids in full swing crying about this, complaining that the community got these changes to come. But hey, remember, you know, people were talking about all this adaptation nonsense just a week ago. You wanted everyone to adapt to the game and change up the playstyle. So I'm assuming that everybody who wanted all this change to come and everything, and they wanted everyone to get 15 kills a game and sit in corners and play the game super slow, I'm assuming you guys will keep your word and you'll do the same thing here now that the game will hopefully be changed up to promote more moving around the map and not sitting atop a building with claymores at the entry with a shotgun waiting for people to come in. Or are we only adapting when it's convenient, you know? I mean, the community gave this game a shot. It's not a good meta for Call of Duty, you know? We enjoy fast-paced arcade shooters. People want to play slow and tactical. You know, I'm not sure why you're playing Call of Duty in the first place if that's the case. The game is just, it's not a slow-paced tactical shooter. It hasn't been, it's not going to be. I don't play Call of Duty to play slow-paced tactical shooters. If I wanted to play something like that, I'd be playing like Rainbow Six Siege. I would not be playing Call of Duty. I play COD because I want to go in domination and drop 80 kills on the enemy's head. You know, I want to run around the map and drop kill streaks or score streaks, depending on the game, all over the enemy team, and I want to wipe the floor with them. That's the kind of game I'm looking for in Call of Duty. I'm not looking for, oh, well, I don't want the red dots on the mini-map because I don't want people to run around the map and enjoy the game. I want to sit inside this window and mount the wall, and I want to wait for people to run through the street trying to move around the map so I can pick them off as they move. Well, a lot of the community feedback revolves around this issue, the camping, the maps promoting the slow gameplay, the bad maps in general. So I'm assuming this is what they're going to focus on in the revamp. Maybe this is when we'll also see the first DLC maps come to the game. Maybe some good 6v6 maps. Maybe we'll finally see some remakes in the game. Can we get Terminal maybe? High Rise? Something like that? I think that would be pretty cool. I actually want to see a nice remastered map on this engine. I want to see a previous gen Call of Duty map with the new engine. I want to see what that looks like, Can you imagine how Terminal's gonna look? That map is gonna look amazing in this game. I cannot wait. And it's actually, I'm pretty sure, going to be coming to the game in some way or another. I can't confirm if it's gonna be in the game as a 6v6 map or if it's gonna be on the Battle Royale map, but I'm pretty sure it was data mined already. So I'm pretty sure gonna be in the game regardless. Same thing with like Rust. I think that was also data mined, but I would love to see some old remastered maps in this game, man. And even if it isn't like a remastered map that they drop with the DLC, I just want to see, can we get like 4 new 6v6 maps with this update just dropped into the pool? That way we have something good to play. Please. Now, some other things that the community have been asking for with this game that I've noticed is to make Dead Silence a perk, which I can get behind. That is one of the major things I can get behind. You know, the field upgrades, those are cool ideas, honestly, but I don't really think that making Dead Silence a field upgrade was honestly a good idea. Especially in, like, competitive gameplay. Dead Silence has always been like such a staple of competitive play. Now, another major thing that people have also been bringing up is the spawns, but I think this is already something Infinity Ward has addressed. Now, I'm not 100% on this, maybe they haven't, maybe I'm thinking of them addressing this in the beta, but regardless, this is something that they've already addressed. If they addressed this in the beta, this is something that already should have been worked on or fixed. But the spawns do suck in this game. I mean, like I said, you'll be playing, especially on like the 10v10 maps, these maps are so giant, you'll be spawning so far out that sometimes it takes like 30 to 40 seconds to even get to where the action's going on in the map. And the maps are so giant and you're spawning so far away that, you know, you'll be running to the time limit on these maps because you're doing mostly running on these maps. And then there's like the character callouts where you'll just be kind of going along and your character just starts like reeing for no reason. You'll just be walking out in the middle of nowhere, man, and, you know, they'll like walk across a window on like the 3rd story somewhere, like barely in your peripheral, and your character just screams for no reason. Like you're in the middle of war, right? Where you're remember, tactical gameplay here. Everyone loves to call this tactical gameplay. What the fuck is tactical about some soldier in the middle of tactical combat seeing an enemy, you know, 30 feet in front of him and screaming at the top of his lungs, you know, contact right there. You have no idea half the time where the enemy even was because, you know, you see 3 pixels of their back fat around the corner, and your character just screams. You get no, like, HUD indication of where this person is. You have no clue what's going on, right? But you just scream for no reason. That gets so annoying. And the thing is they can hear you. So that is like, it can be a lifesaver. You'll just be walking, right? And an enemy sees you and you just hear him start screaming. You just turn around and just start shooting, man. It can be a free kill. Now, the footsteps are also really broken. There's a lot of community feedback with this one. There's sometimes where you'll just be hearing footsteps in places you should not be hearing them. Like, there's times legitimately, like, there's especially times on Gunrunner for some reason, where you'll be in, like, that mid-building, and I can actually hear people's footsteps from the building where the bathrooms are. There's no reason why you should hear these people's footsteps, but you can hear them. They'll just be, you know, plopping. Just boom, 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 running. It's like, man, there's no reason you should hear them that loud. It's like, goddamn, how much do their shoes weigh? They running with 300-pound boots on? What's going on here? They're running with 300-pound boots on steel floor. What's going on right now, you know? Now, here's the thing, though. I think it's just not a good sign, if we're being honest, for Call of Duty. Every single year, we have to go through like a waiting period, it seems, to actually enjoy the game. Now, if you think back on it, like World War II launched, it was horrible out of launch, and after a few months, it was pretty good. They actually like addressed what the community wanted, and wow, shockingly, the game got good. Isn't that crazy? It's almost like when they take the community feedback into consideration, the game gets really good all of a sudden. Now with Black Ops 4, when it launched, I mean, it was pretty decent. I thought so. I actually enjoyed it when it came out. And then it just became horrible. And they had to try and fix it and rebuild what they had going for it. Like, after a couple weeks, they just kind of ruined it. And then they launched this game, okay? The community feedback is pretty mixed on it. Like I said, I think the game itself's pretty decent. It has good potential and everything. Like, I enjoy the gunplay and everything in it. I think the kill streaks are good. The campaign, I think, is one of the better campaigns in Call of Duty history. Maybe one of the best overall. But it's like, how many of these things, honestly, should even be problems in the first place? You know, it's like, what are we having a beta for the game for at this point if we're not fixing these problems in the game there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a great marketing tool and it gets pre-orders through the roof and everything, but come on, man. People have been asking for the normal minimap since the beta, like when they made the change. You know what I'm saying? Like, the game should have launched with 2/3 of this major fix. You're telling me they couldn't have heard the footsteps being too loud? Or they didn't think like, hey, dead silence maybe should have been a perk instead of being a field upgrade, and the spawn logic is not good enough already. It shouldn't take people 35 seconds to get to the action in this game. I mean, like I said, I'm glad that we're getting it. It's a really good thing that they're making this update and everything, and, you know, I'm really glad that they're making this change. But I have to keep it honest here. I'm not going to kiss the ass of the game just because I like Call of Duty. And if you guys are looking for someone to do that, man, I think you're on the wrong channel. But at this point, if we're going to have to wait until like mid-November to get the patches that make the game the actual game, you know, these game-saving updates, you know, why are they moving the release date earlier into the year? They used to launch COD in early November every year, and at that point, everything was pretty much okay. Now we're launching earlier. You know, there's hella problems with the game all the time. I don't know, it's just my 2 cents. I just wish they would have listened earlier. At least Infinity Ward, though, does listen to the community. They're willing to implement some of the stuff into the game that we've wanted, and they're doing it relatively quickly. In a few Call of Duty titles, this update would have came in like March or April when nobody cared about the game, and the next game was basically getting announced, so it's good that they decided to get this done as soon as possible to keep our interest. And with that being said, that's going to be it for this video, you guys. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new around here on my channel. Follow me over on Twitter at SubToptimus. I post memes, thoughts, and updates over there. Surefire way to get notifications of all my newest content. Join the Discord down below. And until my next video, guys, this is Optimus, waiting for this major update and signing out.